Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 different headsets. I'm going to go through and we're going to look at the sound volume on these 4 different headsets, 2 of which that I use on a consistent basis. I started looking at some of the budget headsets out there, and I know a lot of you are probably like, hey, is there necessarily something better or not? So let me pause this so I can actually talk. I if you go in and you search like Google or your browser of choice and you put in like budget headsets under $50, or if you're looking for something, the question always came into my mind of, is there something else out there that's better than what I'm currently using? And currently, what we're doing is I'm playing on a U320, a Sennheiser U320 headset. This is the headset that I primarily use when I do recordings for games. Unless I'm on the PC, then of course I'm using the Blue Yeti. But we're not doing that today. The main focus now is to look at and listen to different headsets made for gaming. And I'm not going to go into an in-depth review on each headset and, look at the actual headset itself. And I mean, I'll point out different aspects of the headset, but my thought is this. My head's different than yours, and your head's different than mine. So, what I may think is comfortable on my head may not be comfortable to you. I generally don't game with glasses on. Some headsets may be comfortable or uncomfortable with gaming, with glasses. So, anyway, what I want to focus on primarily is each headset, what the headset is. I'll list out each headset as we go through. And then as you listen to each one, I want to see, the difference in quality. And kind of at the end of the video, I'll listen to all of them and I'll make my comment on, because I'm kind of curious too. I mean, I'm the average gamer out there. We don't have like a plethora of money to be going out and spending money on Astros and things that are extremely expensive. So I wanted to find out. All right, so I know what I use now. I use like I said, the U320 headsets, USB based. It plugs right into the PS4. We're going to be I'm primarily focusing on just a PS4. All these headsets, with the exception of this one, will work on both the Xbox One and the PS4. The other headsets that I'm going to be looking at are the HyperX Cloud cores. I also use those as well. Those are pretty much my primary gaming headset. So the things I like about that are the fact they have a detachable mic, and if I just want to play a game and not do recordings, I can just detach it and move on. But I'll go through that one as well, and I'll list out each one of these as we go through. We're going to be taking a look at it's called Kotion Each Pro Gaming Headset, the G1000. And I got these things all unboxed. I'm sitting here looking at them, and yeah, it's Kotion Each. So this one actually got high reviews online, not just on Amazon, but just in general from some of the websites that I looked at. We're also going to be looking at the G231 Prodigy headset. It's made by Logitech. That one's supposed to be compatible with both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So what I'm going to do, as you can tell on each one of these, I'm going to quiet the screen. You can listen to my voice and we can compare them. I will not change any settings on the PS4. We're not going to alter anything, and we can kind of compare the difference between each headset and how it sounds. And then I'll let you know what I hear from an audio standpoint if the headset sound differently. I believe the Kotion Each has like a 50, is it a 50 millimeter driver in it? I believe is what they advertise. Yeah, I'm looking at the back and it does say 50 millimeter. So I'm curious about that as well. I know that my Sennheisers, they actually sound really good. They're probably some of the best sounding headset that I have. And the HyperX Clouds, they're not too shabby. They're just a little bit different in the way that they sound because it's a different type of headset. The Sennheisers are more of an open back, to where the HyperXs, the Kingston HyperX Clouds, they're closed. So, but the Kingston HyperX Clouds are actually more comfortable than my Sennheisers. So anyway, let me go through here a little bit, and I mean, the sound quality on the Sennheisers, as I was just saying, I mean, it picks up the audio in this game. I can hear the crunching of the grass. I mean, the wind. It's pretty noticeable. I mean, just again, it's just everything with the Sennheiser is really, really, really crisp. And that's the one thing I do like, because they're really good for shooters, first-person shooter games. So I would, definitely recommend these. I mean, just hear everything crunching. It's really cool too, because when you're fighting somebody, they actually pick up really well. You can hear their footsteps. I was playing PUBG the other day with these things on, and I mean, you can hear people, I mean, literally walking up on you. It's fantastic. Yeah, that sounded really good. I'm going to stay in this area. We're going to go ahead and the next headset I think I want to try is the Kotion Each. Like I said, I mean, the whole focal point of this video is to listen to the sound, and let me tell you, the audio quality difference between the headsets, at least from my perspective. So I will be right back. Hey guys, we're back. So right now we're listening to the Kotion Each, the pro gaming headset. Did a quick volume test before I started the video. From what I've noticed, it sounded as if my voice was a little more clear on the mic for this headset versus the Sennheiser, which was kind of surprising. But again, once I get the video together, I'll go back and we can listen to each one of these. I have the mic placed probably about 2 inches from my mouth. The one thing I did notice with this headset in particular is that it's not as comfortable as the Sennheiser. It's a lot harder, it's big and bulky, and the sound quality to me as I'm walking through the leaves, yes, I can hear it, but it just isn't as crisp. It sounds kind of muffled. The Sennheiser definitely has a better audio quality. I also feel like as far as the comfort level in the Sennheiser, they would allow for the ability to wear glasses. These seem like they're pretty tight on my cheekbones, but again, our facial structures are different, our heads are different. But from what I heard earlier, the mic on this actually sounded pretty good. So let me pause this for a second. So now you can actually hear me with, the mic. I'm speaking in a normal tone voice. I'm not shouting into the mic. Basically, we're just talking. And one of the things with headsets, you got to look at it from the perspective of, what are you doing with the headset? Are you going to be primarily using the headset as just a gaming headset to where you're listening to the audio? Are you going to be using it as a gaming headset to chat with your buddies? Or will you be using the headset to do audio recordings for YouTube, Twitch, or your choice of streaming like Mixer or whatever? So that's another thing, and that's something that you have to look at and kind of weigh out your pros and cons of, all right, a good mic is going to be something that you're going to need if you're going to be using it to do audio recordings or audio video recordings of games. The thing I will say with this is, with the Sennheiser, I can actually hear my voice through. It has that pass-through ability so that you can hear yourself speak. The Sennheiser does not have a flexible mic on it. This Kotion Each, the mic on it is flexible, so you can wrap it around and kind of position it more in front of your mouth, if you will. But as far as comfort level on the headset, it's just not something that I could see myself wearing for hours at a time. I mean, even sitting here right now, I just feel it clamping down on my cheeks, and I mean, I've been talking for just a couple of minutes, and it does not seem like I would be very comfortable wearing this for a 30-minute session. I feel like it's also pressing on my right ear on the inside, so it could be due to the shallow depth of the ear cuff, or the padding being squished. So again, the price point of this type of headset's like $25, to where the Sennheiser, that's going to be upwards, probably around $100. So I mean, you got to look at it and go, okay, is the Sennheiser worth that much more? So anyway, we're going to move on, and the next headset I think I will be checking out, it's going to be the G231 Prodigy. We'll see what that one sounds like in comparison to these last two. So I'll be back in just a minute. Hey guys, welcome back, and we are now testing the G231 Prodigy. These are made by Logitech. Now, something I noticed when testing this earlier, just a few seconds ago before I started recording, is the volume seemed a little bit lower on the mic. I will say that the headset is a little bit more comfortable than the Motion Each headset, the G1000. Um, but the mic quality on this headset seems to be not as good, which is kind of surprising. The audio quality actually sounds better than the Motion Each headset. Um, that it's kind of strange. It really is. I mean, the Motion Each, the G1000, had a really good mic. I think they did really good in that area, but the audio quality just seemed a little muffled. The audio quality on the G231 as I'm walking around, I mean, I can hear the footsteps are a lot more crisp. It's a lot more crunchy. The wind sounds better. Still not as good as the Sennheiser, but better. Um, better than the Motion Each. But again, the mic, it's a bendable, flexible mic, but I don't feel like I could actually, it's not as flexible as the Motion Each, the G1000 mic, so therefore it's kind of hard to get it like right there in front of your mouth, and even though it's probably about 2 inches away, I still feel like it's having a hard time picking up any audio for me. So just, I don't know. And the fact that, again, it doesn't have that pass-through ability, and I'm probably not even saying that right. Let me look at my Sennheiser and see what they actually call that. It's called side tone. So it doesn't have the side tone. So I can hear myself talk because of the style of the headset, but it's still not the same as actually listening to yourself as you're talking through the headset. There is a difference. And I don't know. I'm not really sure what to think. I mean, this headset right now on sale is about $35 on Amazon. When it's not on sale, I want to say it's between that $50 and $70 mark. It does come with a standard cord. I did notice the cord being braided, but it's a lot smaller than the Motion Each, the G1000 headset. That may have something to do with it. It comes with a standard 3.5 millimeter plug. You plug right into the controller. The Motion Each did not. It actually came with a splitter. It was an adapter. So the headset that I picked up, it has the two wires. You have one for the audio for chat, and then you have, of course, the one line for your audio listening. So anyway, and then it included an adapter to where you can convert that down to a single 3.5 millimeter, to where this one actually is built that way. This one actually has a volume control button on, it's an inline control on the Prodigy. It has a mute button on it as well, which I like that feature. It's kind of nice. And it also looks like there is an adapter that comes with it, so you could actually take this, and it's the reverse opposite of the G1000. You can go from a single 3.5 millimeter into the double, to where you have the mic separate line, and then of course the audio separate line. So anyway, we're going to move on. The last headset I'm going to record is going to be the HyperX Cloud, and I will give you my thoughts on that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the two headsets that I currently own and use more or less all the time are the Sennheiser, and then of course the HyperX Cloud. And then I'll probably finish up the video using the Sennheiser so we can kind of get that audio again and close this video out. So I'll be back in just a second. What's going on, guys? And we are back. We are back utilizing or using the HyperX Cloud Core headset. So this type of headset, obviously it's a hell of a lot more comfortable. It's probably my most comfortable headset out of the four that I put on. And the only issue that I have with this is I do not have the side tone ability. So I can hear myself through the headset, like, it's muffled, but I can't actually hear myself through the actual headset, if that makes any sense. So let's go through and let's listen. And see, when I listen to the audio on this headset, just walking around, listening, I gotta give it to HyperX on this. They did a fantastic job. Wow. It's got to be a little more bassy than the Sennheiser just because of the fact that it's a closed back. But it sounds better than the G231. It's just listening, going through the weeds, the leaves, the crunching, can really pick up the footsteps. I'd still say the HyperX probably is a little more clear, a little more crisp, but this headset definitely is no slouch when it comes to that. I think I favor the HyperX due to the fact that the side tone, I feel, really makes a difference in at least me being able to hear my voice as I speak within the headset, not externally. So, but it's been really cool just sitting here listening to the different headsets and comparing them. Unfortunately, I have to say at this point, I'll probably end up sending the other two back. I think if you're on a budget, if I had to go with one, if you're looking for audio quality on a budget, the G231 would be fine. If you're looking for more of a mic quality, the G1000 by Kotion Each would probably be a headset to go with. Now, if you want to spend a little more money and jump up to the HyperX Cloud, I think you can get that one for around $50 right now. I would recommend that hands down over the other two headsets. So, wow, I just kind of blown away, really, just by the difference between the two. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is go ahead and shut this one down. We're going to go back to the Sennheiser. I'll plug that one back in and close out the video, and then you guys can compare the difference real quick between the Kingston HyperX Cloud Core and the Sennheiser headset. And you guys tell me what you think. Be back in just a minute. Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back. Wow. So that was pretty interesting. I'm going to leave this off just for right now because, I started the video up and I actually had the sound going. So pretty incredible just going through the different headsets. We're back on the Sennheiser U321. So I've wanted to do this, to start out with this headset, go through the two that I just picked up, the real budget headsets, go to the Kingston, and then go back to the Sennheiser so that you can compare individually each one of them, how they sound. I have not adjusted the volume on the PS4 at all. I've left it the same throughout. And the only thing we've done is plugged in each headset and recorded off of those to see what it actually sounded like. And I have to say that it's pretty incredible. I do love the feature of the Sennheiser, the side tone. I just love being able to hear my voice inside the headset and not trying to listen to it while my ears are covered like the other ones. The other three, they do not have a side tone. However, with that said, I'm kind of curious how the Sennheiser holds up to the Kingston, because the Kingston has some really good sound. However, just popping back in, the Sennheiser, I say, really wins out when it comes to the audio. I mean, it's just, they make some fantastic headsets. Yeah, I hear every little minute thing that's happening in this game. Again, the Kingston, it has, I want to say they have 50 millimeter drivers in that headset, so you're going to get more bass. This headset definitely has bass. I'm not sure of the driver size. I want to say they're probably in the 40s, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to look it up. But I hear more audible sound, and what I mean by that is, as I'm walking around and walking through the grass, it really just picks up. It's almost like you're listening to your legs brush through the grass as if you were there. And when you're stepping on the ground, you hear the crunching. I hear that more here, to where the Kingston, it picks it up, but it's not as crisp. And that's the only way I can describe it. Like when you're walking, if you've ever walked out on just a dirt path and you hear your feet, I can really pick that up and get that sense, that feeling that I'm actually walking on that path, even though that I'm not. And I can hear the audible change in the ground, the texture of the ground, and when I go from a sandy type texture to more of a rocky texture, and I don't know that I picked that up as well. right here. There's a definite difference, and I'm not saying that you can't hear it with the HyperX clouds. It's just that it's not as noticeable, but that headset is better than the other two. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I appreciate you guys stopping by, taking a listen to it. It's the first type of video I've actually done like this. So please feel free to leave any type of comments, feedback, your thoughts on, how the headsets sound from one to another and your overall opinion. As far as comfort pertains to each headset, I'm going to leave that up to the individual because, again, what may be comfortable to me is probably going to be different for you. My overall comfort is going to be more along the lines of siding with the Kingston HyperX clouds. I think any of that line is going to be extremely comfortable. And it's just due to the way the headset's made. The Sennheiser is going to fall in second for me due to the comfort level, but again, the sound quality on the Sennheiser is phenomenal compared to the other ones. So anyway, and it's also a little bit more expensive headset. Like I said, it's going to be up in that $100, probably even more than that at this point. You may be able to find it on sale, and you may not. I haven't tried any of the other Sennheiser headsets. I'd be kind of curious as to the quality of audio and mic in those as well. So anyway, like I said, leave some feedback. If you have not hit that like button and you liked the video, please feel free to hit the like. I always welcome that. If you have comments, I welcome those as well. I do love providing feedback on the comments. I try to do my best to answer that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I may be releasing more of these type of videos in the future. Till next time.